So it's July 2, and we're just now arriving on the David B. in Ketchikan, Alaska. It's about 9 in the evening, and it's still fairly light out here. We're at Bar Harbor Boat Basin. Tomorrow, about noon, we're going to start our way north. Take a week to get up to Juneau along the Inside Passage. I'll be doing some kayaking along the way. Looking forward to a really, really enjoyable week with my wife Angie. So we just about ready to hit the sack at the end of our first day. Left Ketchikan this morning at about 10 o'clock, maybe 10:30, and ran about 55 miles north. We ended up anchoring in Santa Ana Inlet, and it's really calm and beautiful. Most of the day it was raining, and quite a bit of the morning and early afternoon we had rough water, and the boat was tossing all around. Not very pleasant, but now it's very calm and lovely. We had a great dinner that Christine Smith fixed up here on the David B. of cioppino with spinach salad and homemade bread. Boy, it was delicious. So here's Santa Ana Inlet. It's about 9:30, and it's glassy calm out there right now. I don't know if you can hear, but there's a waterfall coming down. Sounds really nice. So here we are paddling up to the very head of Santa Ana Inlet. Angie's being my motor as I'm filming here. Good job, Angie. Okay, we're gonna have to get turned around here. Coming into our second night's anchor spot, little cove by Discovery Point. It's a nice calm evening, and it looks like we've got the cove to ourselves. 4th of July 2010. First mate Jim's getting ready to drop the anchor. There it goes. Down to the depths. So we've just done a mile crossing from Ruth Island across to where this creek runs into Thomas Bay. Turn around, Angie. We're going to paddle along the shoreline now, back over by the David B, and then through a small channel between Ruth Island and the mainland. It's July 6, 2010. It's my birthday today. It's about 7 o'clock in the evening, and we're on board the David B. We're on Admiralty Island in Donkey Bay, which is within Pybus Bay. And there's supposed to be brown bears on this island. It's a big tidal flat area, so we're hoping if we keep glassing with the binocular, we might spot a brown bear this evening or tomorrow morning. We've had a great day so far. We've come about 50 miles from where we anchored last night, and we saw a bunch of humpback whales. Got some photographs of them. They were pretty close, so that was really neat. Got in a good kayak this morning over at Ruth Island, and we're about ready to sit down to have dinner. So we're up here on Admiralty Island following a brown bear trail. It's quite deep and dark in here. This old forest. We've seen a couple piles of bear scat already and some bear trails, and we're wondering if we might suddenly come eyeball to eyeball with a bear. Here's a big bunch of bear poop. Many times it's been used. Here's the bear bed. Well, here is a monstrous pile of very fresh brown bear poo here on Admiralty Island. We wonder how far behind this guy we are. We probably just spooked him, but we didn't hear him. So we're kayaking in Pybus Bay on Admiralty Island.
Angie's paddling, Brian's being lazy.
Angie's paddling, Brian's playing videographer. It's a gorgeous day, July 7th, 2010. Such a gorgeous day today. We're just back behind Donkey Bay within Pybus Bay. Big mountains. Very nice. We're getting set to anchor in No Name Cove at the head of the Endicott Arm. Tomorrow we'll go up to Dawes Glacier. So I'm working on a wee dram of the Sippin' Whiskey, Maker's Mark, my preferred beverage of choice, up here in Tracy Arm Cove in Alaska, south of Juneau. Tomorrow morning we're going to head up to Dawes Glacier, which is up the Endicott Arm. Hoping to see some icebergs and the Tidewater Glacier. Having a mighty fine time on the David B with Jeffrey and Christine Smith. Wonderful trip. July 8th, 2010, and we're on board the David B, captained by Jeffrey Smith. We're working our way up the Endicott Arm, south of Juneau, towards Dawes Glacier. Lots of little bits of ice floating around out here. Big, tall mountains surrounding us. Really pretty. Well, we're approaching Dawes Glacier. Quite impressive. Big chunk of ice there. Well, here we are at Dawes Glacier. There's a big, big face of ice. Got some Arctic terns here. Got some Arctic terns here sitting on the ice that's calved off of the Dawes Glacier. Pretty little bird. It's a bird that's got the largest migration in the world. Coming off Dawes Glacier right now. It's been calving, sending off chunks of ice. Hit the water with quite a boom. Sends up a wake. Very impressive sight here. Lots of little bits of ice out here in the Endicott Arm. We're chugging our way up the bay that leads into Ford's Terror, which is off the Endicott Arm. We're not going to go up in there because we don't have, we're not here at the right time. We need to be going through at slack tide. Otherwise the current is much too strong and big rapids. Another very pretty spot here in southeast Alaska. Some brown bear over there. First one I've ever seen. It's on the mainland in the Endicott Arm, south of Juneau. It's just been feeding along the shoreline. Well, we're just about to dock here in Juneau at the end of our trip to Alaska on the David B. It's been a really fantastic week. Great times, a lot of beautiful scenery, different critters we got to see along the way, and some kayaking. Good times. Well, I'm up above Juneau on a ridge that leads up to Mount Roberts. I took the tram up to 1,800 feet elevation, the top of the tram ride, and then I've hiked higher up the ridge quite a ways. I'm looking down to the Gastineau Channel down there. It's quite a ways down below. Across to Douglas Island there to the west. It's quite scenic up here. It's worth the hike. Getting some good exercise.